So we want to send a very special thanks to the Mountain Hope community. And I want to thank the people who dedicated their time today and brought out the resources and everything to have us learn.
Reggaebeats.net.
What are you doing here today?
I'm here to learn about Python.
Okay. What do you hope to do with your Python skills?
How to create an app.
An app? That's nice. What kind of app?
I don't know, an app that can help companies track the changes they make and also help, like for example, to know how much of track how much of made and also an app that can help you to know the status of the patient if you're in the hospital, know how your ones are in your various shelters.
Okay, you're doing it. Okay, alright, thank you. What are you doing here today?
Is it a video?
Yes, a very good video.
I came to refresh. I don't know. I came to learn some Python.
So you don't know why you are here today?
I came to accompany my friends, but just to actually interact and meet some new people.
Okay, you came to interact with your friends. Alright, that's nice.
Watching movies or using Microsoft Word or using Microsoft Excel or PowerPoint, but now it's like, how do you get the computer to do things that it has not been trained to do? How do you train it to do new things? So this is Python programming. Now, does everyone have VS Code open and their calculator file created, calculator.py? I want the computer to print out something for me. So you can see this as some sort of practice environment. So we wouldn't build an actual web application or phone application that you can share with your friends after this, but it is like, if I want to tell the computer to do this, how do I tell it in a way that it understands? So if we tell it the right things up here, then it would show us the right things down here. So I want it to do something for me, and then I will check down when I run the program to see whether it has actually done that thing for me. So it is like you learn how to speak English before you learn how to write essays. So it's like, this is what I want to do. Does it actually do what I want it to do? So now we'll start by, what if I want to display something? To display information in Python, we use the print statement. So can everybody spell print? P-R-I-N-T, and then you open brackets, open and close. You'll see that it closes automatically. If your brackets don't close automatically, please raise your hand so that we should make yours to close automatically. So you print, and then in between the brackets or braces, you put quotes. It could be double quotes or single quotes, Python really doesn't care. And you say, hello world. Most people tend to say hello world when they print their first program. So write that and come down here. So now if you do not have this down part, what you do is you go to file. So you can either go up here, if you're on a Mac you would see terminal, and then you would click terminal and they will say create new terminal. If you're on Windows, you would go to file and then you will see create new terminal here. And then this that lower window is going to pop up. Are we there? Has everybody run the print? Check on your neighbors.
framework, you can execute a project using PHP that will take you 3 months. I will use 3 weeks or 2 weeks to execute that project. And it's very straightforward. The time that you will use setting up for example, let's say I'm a beginner in programming. You're also a beginner. And you're working on PHP, I'm working on Python and Django. They give us a project for us to execute. They say use any programming language that you're versed with. So what happens is, you use your PHP, you will take a lot of time, maybe 3 months to even figure out what is happening. With Django, instantly, what you'll be concerned about is building the logic to build that web app. So Django takes a lot of burden away from you and makes you to focus on the logic. You don't have to spend your time trying to configure 1 or 2 stuffs. No, you spend your time building logics. And Django is just straightforward something. So the first step we have to do in order for us to start using Django on a computer, we need to install Django. That's the first thing. We need to install. Most of us, we are connected to the internet, right? There is something that has been activated at the edge. Have you seen it? There is something in parentheses, close and open brackets. No, just type the command out. You have not typed the command. Type this command, scripts // scripts capital letter S CRIPTS. Scripts. Then / again activate. Now we have the Django project. Next is the Django project. Django is made up of apps, which means in one project you can have more than 5,000 apps. You can have an app which is responsible just for processing the user's personal information. You can have an app which is just used to analyze some logics. You can have an app which is just used to process your payments in your Django project. So Django project, and it is advisable that don't do it. You can use one app to build all of your project, but it will be very clumsy and it will make it very difficult to maintain, and also it will make it very tough for other developers to work with you, right? For example, maybe you're a team of 4 people, you want to develop a Django project. You might decide that, okay, the first app, you have profile, work with the user profile. The second, maybe you sell logics. Then let's just say payment gateways. Right? So you can decide if you're 3 developers, or maybe 4. You can say, okay, payment gateway or logic is too cumbersome. You divide this work with 2 developers. 1 developer is working here, 1 developer is working here. All this is very important to avoid conflicts in your code when you're pushing things on GitHub, right? Okay, now in the profile, another developer. In the this one payments, another developer. You see the project. You see that a lot more than 10 people can work on a single project, and you hardly see conflicts in your code as long as the developers are understanding themselves. All right. So now, the first thing we have to create here, we have to create a Django project. So to create a Django project, we run this one, Django admin. Run this command, Django admin. The name of the project you can write example. So you write like this, Django. This is one word, admin. So the name of the project I want to create is example. It can be either a capital letter or a small letter. Django admin. There's a dash. Django dash admin. There's a space example. So you're calling this thing to create the project. If you have
of you not fit you, what happens then now? How do you think that contributing code can put food on your table? That's the reason why Google comes out with this stuff. Google Summer of Code. Let's go to the home page first. Right? Google Summer of Code. And if you take a look at it, here's a link, summerofcode.withgoogle.com. So, what is Google Summer of Code? So, Google Summer of Code is an online, it's a global competition, right? Where you go there as a student or as a developer and under an organization, an open source organization, not any kind of organization, an open source organization, right? You pick a project, you are selected, you write a proposal, and you do the competition. And for the kind of project you are doing, depending on the organization or your location, like the country you are from, you are given a stipend, right? You are given a stipend at the end of the program. It's a 3-month program, internship, but it does not happen just in 3 months. You cannot just get up one day and just you want to do Google Summer of Code, right? You have to prepare. You have to be comfortable with the programming language you are using. And once you're comfortable with the programming language you are using, you get into the competition, you apply, you get into an organization, follow the steps. It's a process. Follow the process, and after following the process, if you get selected and you get in, you work on building real-world projects with your organization, contributing to industry code, right? Code that people use for life. The world we use, millions of people use. Contribute to that code base, and at the end of it, if you get through to the end, you're given your stipend. Some people can make $1,000, some people can make $1,500, some people can make $2,000, some people can make $3,000. Just depends, right? From there, maybe an organization can take you that, hey, we want you to keep working with us. Maybe you have a monthly stipend of 500 USD, 1000 USD, and like that. That's how your life changes. So, it's not just all about writing code sometimes, or coming here, listen to what we have to say, and the gospel are preaching, and then going back home and sleep on your bed, right? It's a way to motivate you. And like I said from the onset, Python is one of the programming languages that if you pick up to start your career as a developer, you easily get it. Some of us started with C. Man, I will not lie to you, it was hell. C, those who know, it was hell. When you enter pointers, arrays, for those of us who stayed, we are strong. See, we can beat our chest anywhere. We are proud. It is hell. You understand? Yes. But to a certain extent, through the fire is diamond made, right?